All right, so this is going to be a very quick tutorial of navigating the GoDaddy interface. We are starting from GoDaddy.com. Um, there are a few different shortcuts that we can use, particularly if we wanted to go straight to the hosting. We can go to host.godaddy.com. You'll see this again in a minute, but I'm going to show you the old-fashioned way. When we're on the main homepage of GoDaddy, we don't typically want to get something new. We want to manage something we already own. So I go to the top right, I click my username, I click my products. This will get us into the account ecosystem of GoDaddy. Now, this first area is trying to be a shortcut. Which business do you want to work on? These are fake shortcuts. If they were helpful, I would be able to edit them. In this case, the real shortcut is this little bento box icon, this little square made of dots. Sometimes it's at the top left, sometimes at the top right. If we click into this, quick links, those are the true shortcuts. So we can manage the domain, we can manage our emails, anything that's a peripheral, but in this case, we primarily want to manage our hosting and WordPress installs. So I will go ahead and sign back in. This is pretty much par for the course. Once we're in here, it allows us to see any websites we have in this account. So this is my friends, What the Frame, and I like to start by going into the three dots on the far right. You'll notice there's WP admin. We can go straight into the WordPress admin from here. Otherwise, we can go into the settings area. The settings area allows us to do a couple of main things. Of course, at the top right, we have the button to edit site yet again. On the top left, we have our backups, so we can go back in time to an older version of the website. But one important little note is down here, the domain that is connected to this installation of WordPress. Now, if you got a new domain address in your account and wanted to connect to that, you can go here to add and set a new primary domain. Once the new primary domain is set, you can remove the old one. Easy as pie. It always comes with a temporary domain address, just in case as well. To reiterate, if we wanted to go back to the hosting list, we can use a shortcut. Simply go to host.godaddy.com. There's a few other similar shortcuts. Productivity.godaddy.com for our mail, and dcc.godaddy.com for the domain control center. But for the most part, you will probably be going to host.godaddy.com and logging into your website by hitting the three dots on the far right. Again, the settings, it's kind of a once-off, but usually we click straight into WordPress admin, and this will log you in securely. This is more direct than going to your domain address /wp-admin. If you were not logged in and you went to such a link, it would prompt you the old-fashioned way to log in with a username and password. Of course, you could log into your GoDaddy account just as usual, but if you log in with a username and password, hopefully you have that written down or saved. So, one more time, the little square made of dots lives at either the top left or the top right. It really depends on where we're at. In some other cases, I want to show you the square made of dots will not be at the top left, but instead the top right side. And if you manage to go into this area, we're in the dashboard of the website, you can still find the options on the right to manage your hosting or just log straight in and edit the website. I hope that you find this quick tutorial fruitful and not too bulky or confusing. There is one other extra credit thing I do want to cover from the GoDaddy account. This is in case you have a developer or someone that's helping you with managing your account. You may want to click on your username at the top right, and instead of clicking on my products, we would need to go into some of the account settings. You can invite someone else to share access to your account. Meanwhile, they're logging into their own user, but they have something called Delegate Access. Delegate Access, of course, wants us to log back into the account. So let's get that little code. And this basically gives me access to someone else's account. So I can access these other people. I can give access to my account to another person. So this helps with sharing account permissions, the top level of management to access all the domains, the products, of course, purchase as well. That's typically what you need to give to people so that they can log into the whole account, I believe. But ultimately, yeah, I believe the middle one is going to be the best, products and domains. That'll allow them to have developer, website builder sort of access to the account. So Delegate Access is a little bit more complex, but I will link a more helpful full article in the description. Thank you for watching.